Tonight, rescue efforts have now officially switched to a recovery effort after yesterday's catastrophic blast at a Longview paper mill. Crews spent the day searching through twisted steel, toxic water, and unstable debris. Good evening, I'm Molly Shen.
And I'm Preston Phillips. Tonight, investigators warn the recovery effort could take days. The explosion rocked the Nippon Dynawave paper mill in Longview yesterday morning. One of the 9 people taken to hospitals has now died, bringing the confirmed death toll to 2. 9 people remain missing and are presumed dead this evening. Workers were changing shifts around 7:15 yesterday morning when the blast tore through break rooms and administrative areas near that tank. Crews say conditions inside remain extremely dangerous, with chest-deep contaminated water, unstable structures, and leaking chemicals that are complicating every step of the recovery.
There are members working the site tirelessly that have lost co-workers, lost friends, and they remain dedicated to focusing on our recovery efforts.
State and federal investigators, including Labor and Industries and the Chemical Safety Board, are now preparing what officials promise will be a full investigation. Governor Bob Ferguson says dozens of National Guard members, hazmat teams, and fatality recovery crews remain on scene tonight. Officials have not said when the recovery efforts may be completed. Officials say preliminary numbers show the 900,000-gallon tank had nearly 600,000 gallons of white liquor when the tank ruptured. They believe between 550 and 570,000 of those gallons leaked from the tank. Just about 25,000 remain. Officials say that solution has now contaminated the nearby Columbia River, killing fish in nearby ditches and triggering a massive environmental response from the EPA and Department of Ecology. They say Longview's drinking water supply, though, is not affected.
Don't you believe it?
New tonight, we're learning the Longview paper mill had a history of workplace violations.
Those include safety complaints and environmental-related issues. Right now, investigators are on scene awaiting completion of the recovery operation before they can determine what triggered that deadly chemical implosion. KOMO's Michelle Esteban is tracking that and what we're learning about the first victim identified. Michelle?
Well, Preston and Molly, right now, the Department of Labor and Industry has 2 open cases, and one of them is linked to a complaint about a tank, not the one involving the implosion, but a different tank. Also new tonight, we're learning more about the first victim identified.
Gilbert was probably the most God-fearing, genuinely good person I have ever met.
Gilbert Bernal. He is the first victim to be identified by family in what the governor acknowledges will likely be the deadliest industrial tragedy in modern Washington state history. 2 confirmed dead, 9 presumed dead, and one of them, Todd Cornwell's best friend, Gilbert.
He was always smiling. He was always a joy to be around, and, you know, his new grandson, grandkids, that was his joy. Spending time with them.
He's heard all the reports of multiple violations at Nippon Dynawave Packaging. Officials say a 900,000-gallon tank ruptured, spilling up to 570,000 gallons of corrosive white liquor used to dissolve wood into pulp.
It doesn't really bother me per se, because I do understand those things as I've owned a business.
Officials just confirmed contamination entered the Columbia River. Monitoring and evaluations now underway. The Department of Labor and
They come across and tell us, or tell even those people in that area, that the water is safe to drink, when they're really saying the word contamination, and they're saying this white liquor, whatever it is that they're using to make paper, is, you know, in their water systems. I mean, they did say there's a big response from the EPA, but how are they determining that the water is still safe? How are they setting us up to think that even with contamination, you can still drink it? I mean, in most homes, you hope that they have filtration systems already that could hopefully take care of this issue when it comes into your home. But to say that water is safe to drink, it seems crazy to me.
Industry told me it's investigated 3 complaints and cited the company once between 2018 and 2021 and issued a citation for failure to deactivate or lock out equipment before cleaning it. The
So now is going to come across the finger pointing and the idea that, of course, every problem or every issue that this company had is going to come straight to the forefront, and it's going to allow, just like over in Garden Grove, it's going to allow the city or state to go after the company for any problems that this you know uh, explosion or problem over at their facility is strictly on their head, and that they're going to be the ones coming out of pocket for all of the cleanup, all of the repairs that may need to be done. All of that's going to be on top of this company's head, just like over at Garden Grove when they decided that they were going to make sure that the company understood all of the things that they had to do to assist in this situation, just so they understand that they're going to be coming out of pocket eventually.
Fine, $700. And it's tracking 2 open complaints right now, one about a valve on a different tank, the other about a sinkhole. Plus, there are reports of environmental violations handed down by the Department of Ecology.
We will cooperate to the maximum extent that we can with the investigation. It is our duty and our obligation.
The mill workers I've talked to want full accountability. They want a comprehensive, unbiased investigation into how this could have happened so the failures can be addressed.
Labor and industry personnel were back on site, but they can't do anything until that recovery operation is done. And that is a delicate operation, one that the Longview fire chief said is, quote, extremely dangerous and will take time. I'm Michelle Esteban reporting in the studio. Back to you.
Michelle, thank you. You can scan the QR code here on your screen to watch this afternoon's press conference and stay on top of the latest details.
All right, so this is you guys ever heard of the rule of 3, where this is just like the case that happened over in Garden Grove, California, and now that it's happened here, we can expect that it probably is going to happen somewhere else. Rule of 3, and this is a horrible situation altogether. We already know that at the very least one person has lost their lives, and they're assuming that 9 others have passed away as well. So this is an extremely tragic situation. And what could stop this? I mean, they already understood that the company that you're talking about had a lot of problems. They've been investigated for certain issues. They've been fined for certain issues. But did anybody have any inclination that they were so not paying attention to the point where a system or a tank or whatever the case may be would explode? These systems are supposed to be designed to prevent this, not only prevent this, but to tell you prematurely that this could happen so you can prevent it. So how will we be able to establish what wasn't done correctly here to cause this tank to rupture? And of course, it's going to be a situation where, of course, the company is going to probably, best thing for them to do, or probably what they are going to do, is probably blame it on manpower. Blame it on somebody who wasn't monitoring the system correctly, wasn't, closing a valve correctly. The company itself is going to try their best to pawn it off on somebody else so this doesn't fall completely on their heads. But they're going to have a hard time doing that because they've already had fines and problems and other issues that have been reported. So this is just the cherry on top, as it were, for this company, because we know that they've had several run-ins with problems with the factory. So this explosion just pretty much opens up the state or city to do a complete investigation into this company. And Donuts, when things like this happen, nothing really happens. Honestly, they'll come out of pocket a whole bunch of money, pay off the right people, and pay off the families that might have lost a loved one in this situation, and then move on. Probably dollars and donuts. Nobody's going to go to jail or anything like that. It's just going to be a situation where a lot of money exchange hands between the state and the company, and nothing's really going to be done, because these states, these cities, they need these companies to keep going. This company had a decent amount of employees. Employees can't lose their jobs. they can't afford for this company to shut down because they need their paychecks. So the company's going to do everything it can to, smooth everything over, take care of whoever they need to take care of, because they want to maintain the company there. And the state and the city, they want to maintain the company there too. So they're going to, do whatever they can to assist in, helping with the situation, of course. And then when it comes down to the company being held liable, the state's going to assist with that. The state's going to help because they need this company. It has a decent amount of employees to the point where it's just not a situation where that the world is in, that you could lose a company like this and still be fruitful and still have a city or state that still is doing well, because a lot of people lose their jobs. And that's going to be the biggest problem. So prayers out to the families of the gentlemen that they know that they lost, as well as the other 9 that have not been found. We can just hope that the rule of 3 doesn't apply, and we don't see another situation where we're seeing some tank exploding at some factory like over in Garden Grove. But I do believe in the rule of 3. All right, guys, I am Chris Surratt. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Car Concierge Show. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Hit me in DMs if you have any questions, and I'm out. Peace.